Bringer of Rain here, folks. Just wanted to give you guys some quick thoughts on the press conference that just wrapped up here, live on Fox for the Pacman and Spence fight. Now, I just want to go on a little bit of a tangent here, real quick. This whole setup here and the way that this telecast was, it really makes me miss the professional quality and the standard that used to be set. HBO was the king of like really promoting a fight top to bottom, where they started from the press conferences and the trailers to the HBO 24/7 that really got you hyped for the fight. They were the kings at it, but even Showtime didn't have as many chances to stage big profile fights, but like they did a great job. Like the Showtime All Accesses, the Showtime Fight Camp 360s, they were always really great quality. And it's funny because like Fox is a much bigger network, and this press conference actually was live on national TV on Fox's main channel. And the quality, it seems amateurish. Like there was a point when I forget the name of the lady who conducted the questions, but she came onto the stage and there was this awkward moment where like Spence and Pac-Man didn't know whether they were supposed to keep staring at each other or whether they could sit down. It just felt not intense. It felt, like I said, amateurish. And it's kind of unfortunate because the PBC and, they have this big opportunity to kind of get a stranglehold on boxing. Most of the top fighters in the world fight under that banner, but it seems like they still can't really get it together and make something look professional, because I'm not trying to be nitpicky here, but that was kind of lame, the press conference. Another thing I want to touch on really quickly here. We all know Manny Pacquiao, the charisma and the energy he brings to the ring. I got to say this about Errol Spence, and again, this is why I'm not surprised we don't really have a true superstar emerging from this new generation, because if Spence is supposed to be like one of the budding pay-per-view stars, then God help the sport of boxing, because and I'm a fan of Errol Spence. You can go back on my channel. Long before this fight, I've made videos about Spence, talking glowingly about him as a fighter, but the personality, I know he's kind of always had that kind of like way of speaking, but the man sounds like he either just woke up from a nap or he hasn't slept in like 2 days straight and is dying to get some sleep, because the man sounded like he was sleep deprived, like he had just taken half a pint of ZQuil, NyQuil mixed together, and was about 3 seconds away from just passing out on stage. I mean, my God, man. Someone give that guy a coffee, a Mountain Dew or something, some kind of caffeine to wake him up, because the man sounded sleepy. And I don't know if anyone else caught this, but he actually mistakenly said the fight was on October 21st. Yeah, the lady asked him a question like, "Are you excited for this fight?" Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, "Well, you have to tune in on October 21st and watch the fight." And I was like, oh my God. Someone get this guy some caffeine or something. Good Lord. Anyway, not much to note here. The same kind of questions that have been asked a million times over are going to continue to be asked until August 21st. One thing I thought was interesting too was the job of Fox and some of these analysts, even these fighters who are working on the promotion. I know they're boxers first, but they're on this telecast for a reason, to hype the fight. They got to bring a little bit more to the debate than just the same tired, Manny Pacquiao's age. We'll see if he can do it at 42. Like Sean Porter and Keith Thurman gave some kind of lame responses, in my opinion. It's like, come on, guys. We know Pacquiao is 42. We know Errol Spence is younger. You guys are two world champion, top level boxers. Let's break down the fight a little bit more. Like, can you give us a little bit more insight as actually being real championship fighters? Like how fights can play out, the styles. Like, can the speed of Manny Pacquiao surprise Spence in the early rounds, or how Manny Pacquiao can navigate the jab, or the power of Errol Spence. Is it overrated, and can Manny Pacquiao's punch resistance still stand strong? Like, I've done a much, like, look at my resume, man. I've done a much better job, I think, of breaking down the fight stylistically than these guys do on TV. And it's like, isn't their job supposed to be to hype the fight? Like, I don't even get paid to do this shit, and I think I'm doing a way better job than these guys on PBC. Anyway, closing thoughts here. I don't want to ramble too long here. This is the first time I've really seen Spence and Pacquiao for a good amount of time together, next to each other and sized up. I will say this. Errol Spence, even while he's looking sleepy, just physically imposing over Manny Pacquiao. Like, I know Pacman has always been a small welterweight, probably more of a natural 140-pounder. And it just, Errol Spence looked really big next to him. That was kind of a takeaway I had. They squared up against each other. You see the height, you see the frame. It looks like Errol Spence is a middleweight facing off against a 135-pounder. It's absolutely incredible. Hats off to Manny Pacquiao once again for taking this fight. Just wanted to bring you guys a couple of quick thoughts here. I know it was kind of maybe mildly incoherent here, but maybe some of the sleepiness from Errol Spence has rubbed off on me, folks. I'm not on the tip top of my game here. But anyway, Bringer of Rain here, folks, signing out.